We start sense organs, and our first class is organ of vision, eye. Till here, accessory structures of the eye not necessary to read. Till page 165. Till here. I think you already know eye from histology, yes?
Yes.
How many codes do you know in eye?
3.
3. External code is fibrous, tunica fibrosa, and fibrous code subdivides into 2 parts. Anterior transparent part is cornea, and non-transparent sclera, and border between cornea and sclera, that is sulcus sclera. Sulcus sclera. Then a middle coat is
Red.
vascular coat, tunica vasculosa, vascular coat. And vascular coat consists of anterior part of vascular coat is, what is it? Iris. Then ciliary body and choroidea. They are 3 parts of tunica vasculosa, vascular coat. And inner coat is retina. And retina consists of 2 parts. All internal surface of eyeball has pigmental cells, and this part of retina has name pars pigmentosa, pigmental part, pars pigmentosa. It's supply all internal surface of eye and the same posterior part of iris. And posterior 2 sides of eye has nervous cells, and this nervous part of retina has name pars nervosa, nervous part of retina. And here it is, we have sensory cells. What are they? Rods and cones. Nervous part of retina is only in posterior 2 sides of eyeball. Anterior part of eyeball have not got nervous cells, and border where nervous cells are finished has name ora serrata. Ora serrata. Now, what else? A space between cornea and iris has name anterior chamber of eye, and in this chamber we have fluid. What is the name of this fluid? Humor aquosus. Humor aquosus. And space between iris and lens has name posterior chamber of eye, and the same here is humor aquosus. And these 2 chambers, anterior and posterior, join together through pupil. And fluid, this humor aquosus, produced in posterior chamber of eye with the help of ciliary processes, and through pupil, this humor aquosus go to anterior chamber, and heat is absorbed. Do you know what is the name of channel in the body between iris and cornea? We have heat is Schlemm channel, or another name sinus venosus sclera, that is venous sinus, and into this venous sinus this fluid absorbed and with venous blood go away from eyeball. One again, humor aquosus produced with the help of ciliary processes in posterior chamber. From posterior chamber go to anterior chamber through pupil and absorbed into Schlemm channel, sinus venosus sclera, and go away with the venous blood from eyeball. Now, refractory mediums of the eye. I think you know that light pass through which mediums? First of all, through cornea, then fluid in anterior chamber, then fluid in posterior chamber, then lens, and posterior structure is vitreal body. And I think you know what is the function of lens. A lens has possibility to change its size or diameter. Yes, if it's increase its diameter, more convex anterior surface, its more strong for refraction. If it's flatter, it's not so strong. It's decrease your power of refraction. And in this case, we can see for a long or short distance. And this function is with the help of ciliary muscle and thin ligament. I think you know that ciliary muscle, that is a circular muscle inside of ciliary body, and from ciliary muscle start thin ligaments, and these ligaments go to lens, and in time when ciliary muscle contract, this thin ligament relax, and lens in this case receive more convex shape. And if ciliary muscle relax, it's expand and tense thin ligament, and lens in this case is flatter, is decrease its diameter, and in this case we can see for a long distance. Now what we will do, we cut eyeball. Maybe you want to do it yourself?
Yes.
Who want to do it?
I want.
For them.
Please. I think it's not so as you want. What you will do? You insert heat is lancet and cut cornea in peripheral. That is eye. That is not human eye. That is cow.
Cow's eye.
And cut cornea and remove cornea from eyeball.
Okay.
Please give me pincet. Take it with your hand. And yes.
Like this.
Okay, please do it carefully.
Okay. With transporting
Continue from here.
cow.
That is humoral poses. It's not so easy. Just a moment. Give me one moment. Not so sharp. Please continue. I want to check one. It is your first operation in eyeball. Don't cut your finger, okay?
Yes.
Well, you want to take this cornea and you can see that very, very thick structure. Now, that is, what is it?
Lens.
No, that is not lens, that is iris. Iris with the oval pupil, not round like in human body, but it's oval. Please continue to cut this iris. Just a moment. That is, we cut iris, and now we can see lens. That is lens, and together with lens, what I move from iris, what is it? Vitreal body, yes, like gel, yes, and I separate it from vitreal body, and now we continue to cut lens. Please cut it into two halves. Okay, and you can see if you try to separate layers of lens, it's like layers.
Finger.
No, yes, it's like onion. Yes, like
onion.
like layers of onion. Yes. Please, you can take it if you want.
The blanket.
You can eat it if you want.
Not eat. You can take. And now I continue to cut, and we separate eye into two halves.
The same black liquid in our eyes?
It is not black, it is pigment absorbed into humor aquosus. Humor aquosus is transparent fluid, but together with pigment it's so black. And now you can see that this white color, that is pigmental, that is nervous cells, and very easy to remove to remove nervous pars nervosa of retina from internal surface. And now that is pigmental cell together with choroidea, and now I can separate choroidea from fibrous coat. That is not so difficult to do. Choroidea from fibrous coat, easy to separate, because we have space between choroidea and fibrous coat is spatium perichoroidal space. And this place, that is place where optic nerve start from retina, that is disc of the optic nerve, it is blind spot. Yes, you're right. It is absent rows and cones, and it is blind spot. Have you got any questions? No. On Friday you will answer